Hey, this is Ryan. In this video, I'll be doing the timing belt service on my 1997 Volvo S90 or 960. This video series, again, I'm totally new to working on cars, and I purchased this vehicle as a way to work on something unique and teach myself, and these videos are just coming along on the journey as I learn to maintain and service and work on my own vehicles. I hope you enjoy. So we're changing the timing belt on the Volvo. I purchased the kit off IPD USA. It comes with the water pump, idler pulley, the tensioner, the belt. I also got a new thermometer and thermometer housing while we're down here. Step one, and I'm just following Robert DIY, remove the battery, and then remove the fan. The fan had a bolt on the top on each side. Remove those. Make sure you disconnect the fan from here. And then there's also a ground wire that you have to unscrew as well. It was a 10 millimeter. And then you can pull the fan out. And then the fan shroud had this bolt and this bolt. I like to put them back where they belong if I can, so I don't lose them. Then the fan shroud only has those top bolts, and you just slide it right out the top. Next, I just removed the cover to the timing belt, and I also pinned back the tensioner for the serpentine belt. To do that, you need a 3/4 inch drive. You put it in here, turn it clockwise until this hole lines up, and then you slide in either a 2.5 millimeter or a 3 millimeter Allen wrench to hold that open. Again, I'm gonna link Robert DIY's video in the description here. I'm just following along with him. He does a great job detailing how to work on these cars. Remove the serpentine belt and inspect it. He says the back side is allowed to have 40 cracks per inch. Actually, I'm not seeing much wear. I think this is a pretty new belt someone must have put on. And on the back side, or on this side, you don't want any cracks in it, but this belt seems pretty new to me. I'm gonna go ahead and reuse the same belt and put it back on. So we need to get it in timing. I actually don't own a wrench large enough or a socket large enough to turn this, but you can grab this and turn it by hand. So that's what we're doing. And then let me show you this. You can see that notch there and that notch there. They were here, they're a little off. So you have to turn it clockwise. We're gonna have to bring them around until those notches are right in line with the etching on the cover. And then when those are in line, we are in time. So after all that, our marks are perfectly aligned with the notches there. And down here, the notch on that tooth is perfectly in line with that metal brace, metal post, or whatever you want to call it. And so we are in timing. So in order to get the bolts that are 12 millimeter here off of the tensioner, I just can't fit a wrench onto it because of the harmonic balancer. So I tried removing all 4 bolts off the harmonic balancer, and after they were off, wiggled, hit with the mallet. I could not get this thing to budge off. I don't know what additional work it would take to get that off so that I can fit a wrench onto these, but I can't find any online help for it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go to the store and get a tool I need in order to get onto those bolts without having to take off the harmonic balancer. Took off the cover so that I can get the top cover off. The tensioner I was able to remove. Got the new one there. And then after I got the cover off, I was able to remove the belt. We're still in timing. Check the notch there, still perfectly in timing. And then we don't want these to move either. Water pump off. Need to clean those old pieces of gasket off and then put the new water pump on. New water pump on. Just need to tighten these 7 bolts. Then we'll do the idler pulley, the roller, and the tensioner. So I've put on the new water belt. I got the roller and the idler roller ready. I have the tensioner bolted on. Everything's in place. And then Robert showed in his video, just put the cover back on and make sure your notches are still in line, which they are. And then check the notch down on the crank is still in line, which it is. I don't know if you can see it. Here's better. You can see that notch is in line. So we are still in timing. All the new parts are back on, so I'm just gonna throw on the belt now. So we got all the new ones on. Put the belt on. I started from the bottom. Keep it tight all the way through here. Keep it really tight. Don't let these move on you. Keep that tension. You can watch as the teeth perfectly fall in place, and you just keep it tight. Hold those teeth down and then get it through the water pump and this, I don't know what the name is, at the same time. And then all the slack should be right here. You should have the slack right there. Then you can pull the pin on our new tensioner. I'll push this up and take that slack out. And now we can check again. You can see that the notch is right in line there. And if we put the cover, I'll just set the cover on. Put the cover on. We can see our notches are still in place. That one may be a quarter of a tooth. I think we're in timing. So I changed the timing belt, everything was good. The car runs great, but I have a coolant leak where I had drained the coolant earlier from this hose down here by the oil filter. And no matter what I do, I can't seem to get that clamp to stop the leak. I think either the person before me or me over tightened this clamp and damaged the hose. So what I'm gonna do is clip about a 1/2 or 3/4 inches of this hose off. And because I have some slack, then I'm gonna put that part of the hose back on and clamp that down and hope that we're good after that. So I cut this end off the hose see, it's been, I feel like that's either the clamp pressure or it was knotted off with something, but this is damaged. So I cut the hose, gonna put that back on and reclamp it. No new leaks. I had took the car around for a drive. I let it get up to temperature, let it cool back down, and we have no leak, and nothing was leaking out with it running either. So I filled the coolant back up to max line level, and I think we're good to go. We just completed the timing belt, water pump, the tensioner, and both rollers. And then we also ended up basically draining and filling the coolant twice. And next I have the thermometer and the thermometer housing to do, and then we're going to do another drain and fill on the transmission fluid, and we'll be good to go. So as you can see in the images here, when I was doing the serpentine belt, I actually saw that the way to put the serpentine belt back on is different on my car than what I find online when I look for the factory version. And when I try to fit it back on the way that the factory image on the left shows, I actually have so much slack. So I'm not sure if they're able to fit on like a larger serpentine belt. But one thing I'll be doing in the future is I'm going to buy the correct serpentine belt and put that on. I don't know what the effect is of having this larger serpentine belt. It's covering more surface area than it would be if it were making the tighter turns that the factory image has.